Welcome back. Inventors, creators and tech entrepreneurs have gathered at the Namibia University of Science and Technology for the MTC Tech Innovation Bazaar. The collaborative engagement aims to innovate a vision for a digitally inclusive world and the determination to reshape the future with its creations. To delve more on digital inclusivity and bridging the gap, I'm now joined by the professor in the software engineering at NUST, Professor Heike Winschiers-Theophilus. Professor, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Professor, just to start with, perhaps you can explain what digital inclusivity and bridging the gap means briefly, and also the significance of the MTC Tech Innovation Bazaar.
Yes, okay, so digital inclusivity means that everybody is included and has access to technology, that technology is affordable for everyone, that there is digital literacy, and most importantly, that services are designed with the users in mind so that the users can actually use it, that the services are useful and meaningful for the people. And in that sense, if we are designing technologies in the Namibian context, it means we need to consider the different languages, the different cultures. Accessibility is not in the sense of accessing technology, but accessibility in terms of designing the software in such a way that disabled people, blind, hearing impaired can also use the services, and that everybody has equal opportunities. So that's the classical definition for digital inclusivity. But the main point is to ensure that people that have been previously excluded from using technology are now included.
Briefly elaborate
the significance of the oh, okay.
Yes, please continue.
Yeah, so the second part of the question was the Innovation Bazaar that we're currently running in collaboration with MTC. So it's the MTC Tech Innovation Bazaar. It's still going on tomorrow. So whoever is watching this is more than welcome to join us tomorrow for the last round. So the significance is really to ensure that we have local solutions for local problems, because that has been one of the main factors of excluding people, because the way software has been designed or applications are designed, they are usually text-based, they are in English, and many people are not necessarily literate or digitally literate, but also they are not fluent in English, they are not fluent in reading, and therefore it is important to have solutions that everybody can actually use. And in that context, we have had an open call for innovators in the country. We had more than 90 applications. We selected about 40, and they have been presenting over the last 2 days, and another set is presenting tomorrow, solutions, local solutions. And I'm quite happy to see what kind of local ideas and original ideas came up, things that I have not seen before, ranging also, of course, from supporting blind and also having solutions for example for the village, people who cannot afford a Wi-Fi, they can buy for $5 Wi-Fi for a limited time, but unlimited data. And so those are interesting projects that have been presented. So this is very, very significant for Namibia.
What are the necessary steps, Professor, that the different stakeholders should take or consider taking to close the gap of the digital divide, and so that more Namibians are included?
Yeah, so the most important factor is that we should all work together. So there's many stakeholders. It's not just me as a professor teaching students how to design software. It's also the industry providing the services so that the services are inclusive. But it's also the government creating enabling environments for the industry to provide those services. So the most important is to create the enabling environment and to support, in this case now, talking of the innovators, is to actually focus on Namibian innovators and ensure that they can come to market and that they are not run over by some international companies, but that they are actually able to provide services that everybody can use.
Of course, we always talk about the digital divide and closing that gap and inclusivity, but does Namibia really have the technological infrastructure, for that?
Yes and no. So I mean, we have quite a wide coverage. So I mean, we know the data on how many people have cell phones. So that's quite a good step, and that has been much better than in some other continents actually. So there is here and there in the rural areas, we are still struggling with access to internet. But generally, we are there. We are moving in the 5G space, and I think a main factor is, of course, the affordability. So for the individuals, but we have technology in the country that would be able to move along with the fourth industrial revolution.
Mm-hmm. Well, back to the MTC Tech Innovation Bazaar, Professor. As a layman, you said it's open to all, and if the people do attend, what is it that they can look forward to seeing and learning?
So we have the pitches, which have been running as Dragon Dance, and so that was very interesting. So the innovators have been pitching their ideas, and industry stakeholders have been picking up those ideas to ensure that they can get to market and support them. So tomorrow's day is the UNDP challenge. So there we are looking at how can we create narratives for cities, which technologies could we leverage, which kind of data could we collect in order to make the city a more equal place, a more safer place, or also a smarter city, actually.
Fantastic.
And then there is also pitches in the health sector, which I think is also relevant to a lot of people, new solutions in terms of how to have a safer space in terms of access to ambulances, fire brigades, and so that the communities have more safety.
Well, Professor Heike, thank you so much for your time. Your final remarks this evening?
So I would encourage everybody to support, to bridge the gap between digital inclusivity. So innovators or people who have ideas to join hands with software developers so that we have local solutions for local problems.
Professor Heike, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.